And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed. To you it shall be for food. Genesis 1:29. Man did eat angels' food. He sent them meat to the full. Psalm 78:25. Everyday Manna with Lisa.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Everyday Manna. Today I have a special co-host, my oldest son, Austin. And hi, Austin.
Hello.
And he's joining me today because he loves to cook. And we are going to make marble cupcakes because that's what he likes. We're going to make crispy fried pork chops with sautéed corn and red peppers on the side. We're going to get started on our cupcakes. Now our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And we have 2 muffin tins here that we've put the paper liners in. This recipe makes about 21 cupcakes, but sometimes you can get a full 24, depending actually on the humidity of the day. So we will plan on 21, but if we get 24, great. So we're gonna get started, Austin. Do you wanna do the mixing of the butter? Okay, we need 1.5 sticks of butter, just all of it. Just put it in there, every bit of that butter, along with 1 cup of sugar.
So I can't dump it all in?
Yeah, dump all the sugar in there.
Yay.
And we're gonna cream this together. Now what this does is, the sugar actually cuts into the butter, and we're gonna cream that together, and it's just gonna make a light, fluffy mass of, there you go,
Can I turn it
of
up
butter
a little?
and sugar. Yeah, turn it up just a little bit. Get all of that worked in there together. Go up a little more here. There we go. We're gonna cream all that together until the sugar is all the way cut into the butter, and it will make these cupcakes delicious and moist and yummy. Keep going. Go all the way around. We want all of that sugar in there. Smooth that out of the way. Yum, yum. I love cupcakes. Now this same recipe, if you wanted to use this recipe and bake 2 9-inch or 8-inch layered cakes, you can do this, or pour it into a bundt pan. You could do the same recipe and make a cake out of it, but we decided to do cupcakes. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I decided.
All right, now to that, I'll do that. You keep mixing while I do this. Hand me that bowl right there, sweetie.
This one? Okay, here you go.
All right, we're gonna add 3 eggs, 1 at a time. Completely incorporate the 1 egg. Keep going.
Mommy, can you do this while I spin? Can I do that while you spin, please?
You want to do the eggs?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so we're gonna keep going here. Get me another egg in here. You want to completely incorporate 1 egg before you add another.
What do I do with the shells again?
Just put the shells in the trash can behind you. The whole thing. And your granny tells us, my mom, his granny, that we have to do this in a separate bowl. So
I don't get one.
this is for Granny. I say that every time because she watches and she says,
Can I dump in another one?
No, you have to put that one in here first.
I don't quite get that.
Well, because you have to incorporate them 1 at a time. In baking, that's what you do. And then we're gonna put our last little egg in there. See how creamy that butter and sugar and eggs?
Oh, Mommy, look at this one. It's like sweet.
Yeah, that's good. That's
My
okay.
nose doesn't itch.
Your nose is itching? Okay, well, rub them off.
I'm not.
Your little ones do that
I'm
too. Okay. Put those to the side. Wipe your hands. Here you go. Now, you want to continue this job?
I'll continue it for now.
Okay.
Tell me.
Scrape down the sides of your bowl.
It kind of looks like...
You want to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, good vanilla.
Aw, can I
Don't
pour it?
use, wait a minute, this is a new bottle, hang on. Don't use the artificial vanilla. Spend the $1 or 2 extra and get real vanilla. There's a world of difference in the flavor of real vanilla and artificial. All right, dump that in there. Okay, incorporate your vanilla.
See how it
Then we've got 3
Oh, that smells
tablespoons of milk. Oops, I'm sorry.
Let me put
I'm
the
used to
stuff
doing
in.
it on my own.
Yeah.
All
I'll pour
right,
the
get
rest
that
of the
in
stuff
there. And then I have an ingredient that I don't normally use. I normally use all-purpose flour and add my own baking powder and baking soda and salt and things. But this is self-rising flour, and we've got 1½ cups. No, I need to do this because we got to do it just a little bit at a time. You keep stirring. Whoop! Now you see why? You'd have that flour all over you if we added that all at one time.
Yeah, good point. You see how it kind of looks like scrambled eggs?
Kind of does, doesn't it? All right.
Yeah,
Move
now
that
it doesn't
mixer over
really.
there a little bit. Let me add you a little more flour.
It doesn't. It looks like floured scrambled eggs.
As you can see, we're having a flour facial. Okay. Last little bit of the flour. Okay, let's get all that incorporated. All the flour into
let me scrape off the sides, please.
Scrape down the sides. Okay, let me get you.
Thank you.
All right. Austin loves to cook, and Austin loves to bake. And he will go with me to the store. And this child walks through the grocery store with Mom, and he sees ingredients, and he comes up with recipes on his own. And I'm so proud of him for doing that. He loves to go grocery shopping with Mom, don't you?
Okay, it looks kind of good now.
Yeah, it looks real good. Wait till we add the next ingredient. It's going to look even better. All right, let's get all that mixed in there.
Okay, let's get the rest of that flour mixed in.
Get all that flour in there because then we got to divide this dough in halves.
Hey, it does look like dough now.
Okay, we good? All right, we're
Probably.
good. Hang on. Now, what you want to do, hold this. What you want to do at this point, because we are making marble, hold that.
Cupcakes.
Marble cupcakes. You want to take half of this and put it in another bowl because we're going to make the chocolate part.
Oh, chocolate.
You like
I'm
chocolate?
now more hungry.
Okay. About half. It doesn't have to be exact. It's okay if it's not. And then we've got 2 ounces of melted chocolate. Yum, yum.
I'm gonna let that. Ooh,
Okay, sorry.
you know I love to do.
I do know you love to do that. We've got 2 ounces of chocolate.
Put it in?
You can, but then you're going to need to scrape it with that. Then we've melted that, and I just melt mine in
good
the
points.
microwave just for about 20, 30 seconds. Mixed with, I've got 2 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate, milk chocolate, that I've added just about a tablespoon or so of milk, just to kind of help get it melted and get it creamy. And we're going to add all that chocolate. Well, let's put it this way. We're going to add as much as he puts in there because this one tends to want to lick the bowls after we're done.
I'm trying to get most of it in.
Okay. I think you probably want to eat the rest, don't you?
Yeah, good
All right,
point.
okay.
I do love to eat chocolate.
I know you do. All right, let Mom stir that in. Real
Can
good.
I do it?
Yeah, you can do it. I'll set this back here and you can eat it later, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
After we get our
Well, when Aaron's on
cupcakes
the phone.
done. All right.
Hey,
Now
it looks delicious.
what we need to do now, Austin, is we have our muffin tins. You keep stirring.
Stirring as good as I can. You might want to let this drip over that. 'cause it
Yeah,
kinda
we can
dripped
just
right
get rid of
here.
this. Hang on just a second. We're going to get rid of our mixer. Let's just put it down there. We don't need it anymore. We've got some spoons, and I'm going to start while he's doing that.
Oh, now it looks
And I'll
delicious.
show you what we're going to do real quick, and then we'll finish the batter over the break. We'll finish putting them in there. What we want to do is put just a drop or a spoonful of that, of the plain batter, then a spoonful of the chocolate batter.
So we gotta dip them both in.
I'm going to show you. And then another spoonful, or half a spoonful of the plain batter. Then you want to take a toothpick, go in there and just sort of swirl that around. Don't completely combine it. All you're wanting to do is create some little swirls. So over the break, we're just going to finish putting the rest of the batter in the cupcake holders by the spoonfuls, and we'll be right back with you in just a minute. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 22 says, "And the Lord your God will clear out the nations before you, little by little. You may not consume them quickly, lest the beasts of the fields increase among you." You know, life is a journey, a process that's little by little. And you know what? That's a wonderful thing, because if God revealed the total picture to us all at once, we might be afraid to take that first step in the journey, holding hands with God. So it's a wonderful thing that it doesn't happen instantly, that it doesn't happen quickly. It would overwhelm us. The beasts of the field would overtake us. So as you're going inch by inch, remember that's God's plan for you. Hey, and welcome back. Now we put our cupcakes in the oven and they're baking, and we're going to get started on the crispy fried pork chops. Now, what we have here are 8 thin cut boneless pork loin pork chops. And I've got a skillet preheating. Actually, I've got 2 skillets preheating over like medium-high heat, because you don't want to crowd your skillets. And these are 12-inch skillets, and they'll each one hold about 4, and I've got 8 chops, so I need to put 4 in each pan. I want to just cover the bottom with a little bit of canola oil. I'm just using canola. I think I'm going to need a little more than that. About half a cup total, half to 3/4 of a cup. You want to let that oil get good and hot. That is the #1 mistake people make when they're frying. And this is called shallow frying or pan frying, is they don't let that oil get hot. And if you don't let that oil get hot before you add the food in there, the food absorbs the grease and you end up with a mess instead of a good, crispy, golden, crunchy outer covering on whatever it is that you're cooking. Now, Austin is going to break these eggs for me, and I've got 2 eggs, and he's going to break them, put them in here.
Put the shells?
No. Just break the egg and put the egg in here and put the shells back in there. And to that, we're gonna just kind of whip that up a little bit with just break it like you would. There you go. And then put that in there.
Trying my best not to
You're
put the
doing a
shells
good
in.
job. You're doing a real good job. Put that in there. And I'm gonna take just a little bit of salt and pepper on my pork chops, on my little thin cut. These cook very, very quickly. They don't take any time at all to cook because they are so thin.
And Mama got a bit of a shell in there.
You got a little bit of a shell?
Tiny bit, not much.
Well, that's okay. We can get that out of there. Not a big problem. Show you a little trick, Austin. And for you there at home, if you get a little bit of a shell, the best way to get it out of there is to take another big piece of a shell, because this shell acts like a magnet to that shell, and it comes right out. Did you know that?
No.
So if you drop shell in something, just use a little bit of your other shell, and it just kind of tracks it to it and comes right out real quick like. Let's add a little bit of salt.
That's my job.
Okay, that's your job. I'm sorry. I don't want to take your job. Add some pepper.
Thank you.
And beat those
How much?
together. Just, I don't know, 5 or 6 turns. Now, what I'm working with today, the other way. Here you go. I've got the 3-stage shallow frying kit.
You think that's good enough?
I think that's plenty. We've got just plain all-purpose flour, just a little bit, about half a cup. I've got 2 eggs that Austin is going to beat like that to beat up and get it creamy. You need to hold it sideways a little bit. Don't spill it, and get the yolks and the whites all combined.
No.
Now, I have in this pan some what's called panko breadcrumbs.
Which is actually Japanese breadcrumbs.
They are very good, Austin. They are Japanese breadcrumbs. You can find them in any grocery store out there. They used to be a specialty item, but they're not anymore. In the baking aisle where you get the flour and the breadcrumbs and the seasoned coating mixes, that kind of thing, they're called panko. And here's the box. I'll show you the box. I don't normally do that, but I will on this one.
Mom.
This is not the only brand you can get, but they're called Japanese breadcrumbs, and they're panko, P-A-N-K-O. They make the most delicious, crunchy coating for anything, and they are absolutely delicious. Yes, baby?
What do you think?
I think that's perfect. Now, to my panko, I'm going to add about, I don't know, a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of poultry seasoning.
Mommy, What do you want me to do with the fork?
You can give that fork to me.
Okay, here's
About
the fork.
half of a teaspoon to a teaspoon, however much you like.
What can I dump this in?
Just, no, you're gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do.
Dump some stuff in here?
Yeah, I'll show you, hang on. I'm just stirring in the poultry seasoning, completely incorporating it into the panko.
Yeah, can I
Now,
dump something? Can I dump something?
I'm gonna show you. We're gonna take our pork chops, and our oil is hot. Let me show you a good trick to see if your oil's hot. Take a wooden spoon, put it in the middle. If you see those bubbles that's coming up around the bottom of the spoon? That tells me that my oil is hot.
Yeah, that's kind of
A quick, easy way to tell. Another way is
that's one of the easiest.
drop a little teeny piece of your breading, whatever you're using, in there, and if it starts sizzling and bubbling, you know you're good to go.
That's kind of the easiest ways to tell.
There you
it's
go.
hot.
See how it's bubbling up there? That tells me that I'm good to go.
Never stick your finger in there.
No, never ever stick your finger in there. Why would that be, Austin?
It'll hurt you to death.
It'll hurt, won't it? So we're going to take our pork chops. We're going to dip them first
In the flour.
into just some plain flour, not a big heavy coating. You see how lightly I've coated that? Then you're going to dip it into the egg mixture.
Oh.
Then you're going to dip it into the panko.
Hey, this is kind of familiar.
And it looks familiar?
Yeah.
Wonder why.
Because we make something like this
Because we do
before.
it at home. And then just pat. You'll need to take your hand and just kind of pat. Keep one hand clean. Promise you, you'll need it.
Mommy?
And then take your breaded pork chop and put it down into your oil.
Try not to get your fingers in
Don't
there.
overcrowd your pork chops or they won't brown. They'll just steam, and you don't want that. You want golden, crispy pork chops. So we're going to put 4 in each pan. You want to do one? He's not real crazy about touching raw meat.
Not really.
But it's okay. Then what do? We just go wash our hands.
Yeah.
Anytime you handle raw meat, you have to wash your hands. Austin, tell us what your favorite thing to cook is. What do you like to cook?
Probably cake.
Cake? You like desserts,
Maybe
don't you?
cupcake.
You like chocolate, don't you?
Yeah. I don't know really what my favorite thing to cook is.
You made a good chocolate cake the other night at home. He made a bundt cake, a chocolate bundt cake, and that cake didn't last any time at all in my house. It was
It only
gone.
lasted part of 2 days.
Part of 2 days, and
Aaron
it was
ate it like
gone.
crazy.
Aaron ate, Daddy ate, I ate,
No,
you
actually,
ate.
Aaron ate it really.
Did Aaron eat a lot of the cake?
He really ate all of it. And Dad only had one slice.
Dad had a slice. I had a slice,
Yeah.
and it was good. Well, Aaron must have liked your cake then.
I never got a single slice.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We'll make another one, and you can have some. Okay?
Yeah, it was a beautiful Easter cake.
It was real pretty. You decorated it with colored sprinkles on top, didn't you?
All sorts of them.
Yeah, it was
Yellow,
beautiful.
green.
Now, you can see in my pan how I have not crowded those pork chops. I'm just letting them saute. And I want you to look. These are thin cut. If they'll zoom in there and get me a good shot of my nasty hand there, but see how thin they are? They're only going to take just a couple of minutes on each side, and they will be done. We're going to take a quick break. I'm just going to get the rest of these pork chops in the skillet. And then when we come back, we're going to make some sauteed corn with red pepper and finish our wonderful marble cupcakes. We'll be right back with you in just a minute. And welcome back. Now our cupcakes are done, and we're just going to take them out of the pan and put them on a cooling rack. And they look delicious, don't they, Austin?
Yes, they do.
That one kind of overflowed. Come on, you. Let's come
And
out.
they are huge.
Now, in the meantime, I've got a skillet preheating here while I'm getting these out to cool.
Maybe we added too much batter.
I think we might have overfilled them just a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's, you know, it's okay.
But it's good.
You probably don't want to fill yours quite as full as I did mine. About halfway would be plenty. Then you'll not overflow and you'll end up with more cupcakes because I think we overfilled, but that's okay.
Yeah.
No big deal.
But they're still edible and delicious.
Oh, they're delicious. Yeah, they are.
At least we get to do the frosting.
Oh, yeah. Now,
Now where's that?
I've got a skillet preheating to medium-high heat, and we're going to make our sautéed corn.
Mommy.
I think we overfilled, Austin, but that, you know what? That's okay.
Mommy, there's one more problem.
What?
The onion's too huge. The onion's too huge.
No, it's not. I'll show you what we're going to do. Now,
Never mind.
our skillet is preheating, and I have half a stick of butter. I use real butter, but if you want to use margarine, you can in this recipe. I just like the flavor of butter better. And really, this is about flavor here. Want to melt that butter slowly over my, where's the onion? Oh, no, I need that, sweetheart. We're going to use one small, very small onion. Austin's going to chop it for me.
Yeah, I can't wait to chop that in with this deadly machine.
He's using my little chopper. Thank you, darling. My Aaron just brought me my chocolate. Chop it up real fine. You can use your knife if you want to. He's using the chopper. Whatever works.
That's good.
Whatever gets it chopped, that's perfect. Okay, can you do the next one maybe a little finer? Let me cut that in half and it might work a little better. Watch out.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see if it'll work better this time.
Hang on, move your fingers. All right, put your onion in your melted butter. Add some salt, about a teaspoon or so, and some pepper. This goes real quick like. All right, that's good. That's good. Add the rest of your pepper. Okay.
Not much time left, Mom.
It's okay.
Here you go.
Add the rest of your pepper, and let's get that out of our way. Now, I'm using today because I had them in my refrigerator. I grilled out the other night, and I had some extra roasted red peppers. So I'm using my roasted peppers up. If you don't have roasted peppers, it's okay. Just use a regular red pepper, yellow pepper, orange pepper, whatever you have. You could use the green, but remember that the green is a little more strong of a flavor.
I'm gonna chop them.
You want to chop them?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, hang on. Let me get you a clean board. Here you go.
Mom, it's not clean.
No, that's just from my hands.
Oh.
Here you go. We're just using our roasted red peppers from the other night. But like I said, if you don't have roasted red peppers, just use a regular pepper. I just happen to have these.
How do I cut it?
In strips like Mom did. Here, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm kind of having trouble.
Okay, hang on. Just cut it just like this. Let me show you.
Okay, I get it.
Move your fingers back, remember?
Okay.
And then cut it the other direction into little pieces.
I'm gonna have a short time now.
You'll be all right. Now, let's get our roasted red pepper in there. To this, we are going to add I got the big bag, the family size bag, so that's about, I think it's like 16 ounces or something like that, of frozen corn. If it's corn season and you have fresh corn, by all means use fresh, but frozen is delicious too. We want to add our corn. I turn the heat back up. Add your corn in there. Frozen corn just takes a couple of minutes to cook. And that's it. You're just sauteing that corn, warming it through for just a couple of minutes. We'll let Austin finish that. And we're going to glaze our cupcakes. Done. Okay, you done? All right, let me have your peppers and I'll let you finish the cupcakes. Now, our cupcakes.
And
here you go, wipe them off.
thanks.
Our cupcakes are cooled down, and we're going to just take the
Here you go.
chocolate. We used about half a cup of chocolate mixed with just a couple of tablespoons of milk. Same thing. Let me show you what I want you to do. I want you to just take this.
Drizzle it on.
Let's get a spoon. I think the spoon will be a little easier. And just drizzle your chocolate over top of your cupcakes. Any which way you want to do it. And just drizzle that chocolate over those delicious, delicious cupcakes. There you go. Perfect, Austin. You're doing a great job. Delicious. Marble, chocolate ganached, topped cupcakes with sautéed corn and roasted red peppers.
The perfect meal for the day.
Perfect meal for the day, isn't it, Austin?
Is this enough for the last one?
Put as much or as little as you like on your delicious little cupcakes.
Put as much as you like.
All right, now our pork chops are done, and I want you to see how when they're golden crispy like this, this is what happens when your oil is warm and hot before you put your stuff in there. See how golden and crispy that got? That's exactly how you want it. Now our corn is almost done. And I'm just chopping some fresh parsley to put into our corn, about 1/4 cup. Austin, you want to tell them about your cupcake?
Oh yeah. We also, it looks very delicious, and we also decided that it would look nicer with some powdered sugar.
Yeah, so what did we do? We just sprinkled some powdered sugar over top and then just put a little more chocolate over top, because listen, you can't have too much chocolate. In our family, it's impossible. You just cannot have too much chocolate. So we're gonna add our chopped parsley.
I'm just an infinity chocolate eater.
Yes, you are. To our delicious little corn sauté.
Now that looks good.
That looks real good, doesn't it? Colorful and beautiful. And let's put some of that on our plate. And we're gonna eat this wonderful meal. Thank you, Austin.
Thank you,
for
Mommy.
joining me today. I love you with all my heart. You my boy?
Yep.
All right. Thank you for joining us. We've got our marble cupcakes, our crispy fried pork chops, and our delicious corn sauté. I hope you try these recipes, and we will see you next time on
Everyday Manna.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Everyday Manna with Lisa. This program is made possible by viewers like you. Your support is continually needed to keep Christian programming on the air. Please send your best financial gift to Living Faith Television in care of Everyday Manna, P.O. Box 1867, Abingdon, Virginia 24212.